Gotta love me that pink. Pinky dinky. That's cool. Sitting on a small child stool in my kitchen because this is the content kitchen. I have been trying to make this video for a literal year. A literal year. I've written script after script after script. And I've filmed and I've filmed and I've deleted and I've started again. So I said, let's just talk about it. If you're watching this, you're probably either an aging millennial like myself or a Gen Zer that's looking for someone to make fun of. Hi, I'm Nick. Do your worst. I'm here to talk about something that no one really knows about. Something that has really given me a lot of pause and really made me consider, what is reality? Are we living in a big simulation? Are there things out there that only you have experienced? There are things that exist in this world that only you get to experience. You're the only one that gets to know about this thing. And I'm gonna talk about something that I feel like was special to just me for so long. Even making this video the first time, at least trying to, I thought this was a thing just for me. And the more I researched, the more effort I put in to figuring out this mystery, the more confused I became. I surely couldn't have been the only one who experienced this, because this is something that everyone has access to. Everyone has the ability to do what I did. The amount of research I did on this subject, I could barely find anything about it. And this is unscripted because I'm done trying to make this perfect. Because this is an experience only me and you are gonna have. So let's go down this stupid rabbit hole. And it all starts with the standard DVD copy of The Emperor's New Groove. That was a hella great intro. Holy fuck. This is the content kitchen. This ain't no Gordon Ramsay kitchen. This is Nick's kitchen. Nick's content kitchen. So what about The Emperor's New Groove on standard DVD is so special? Now I have to clarify a few things. So this does relate specifically to the DVD copy of Emperor's New Groove. It's not Blu-ray, it's not a digital version, it has to be the standard DVD, like when the movie was first released. But I know Emperor's New Groove came out for home video on DVD. I don't know if VHSs were still circulating at the time, but I know they were seriously almost dead at that point, if not already. Pretty much everyone had DVDs by this point. If you remember, like the built-in car DVDs, portable DVD players, that one super cool DVD player that had the built-in Game Boy Advance on it. Holy shit, I wish I had that. I really wish I had that. Growing up the way I did, we did have a car with a TV and I broke it. I literally was not wearing a seatbelt. My mom hit the brakes and my head hit the thing while we were watching Shrek 2 and it fell off the ceiling and we never fixed it. That made road trips fun. So imagine a child. Like, imagine yourself as a child. Don't just imagine a child. Stop that. When this happened to me, I was under 10 at this point. When you're a millennial under 10, you don't have a phone, you don't have a tablet. I'm not knocking on that. I'm just saying this is how we were brought up. So we just didn't have those things. Did I wish I had them? Yes. So you had your Game Boys, you had your GameCubes, you had your PlayStation, but then you also had the family computer. And anyone that grew up in the early 2000s and was able to comprehend technology, because at the time, your parents didn't know what incognito mode was or how to delete search history. But that's besides the point. When you're a child under 10 and you're on the family computer, what are you playing? You're playing your Freddy Fish, you're playing your Pajama Sam, you're playing your addictinggames.com, miniclip.com, newgrounds.com, you name it, you could play it on the computer. But one day something happened to me. My mom set me up in the family computer room. If you've watched my TikToks, I grew up as a wealthy white kid. I'm sorry. I like to keep my privilege in check. So if that gets out of hand, feel free to call me out. But we grew up in a nice house, and at the time we had a second off. My dad had his like fancy, but like, those standard offices in like big Texas houses where like all oak, built-in shelves, big wooden desk. That was my dad's office. Very gaudy, over the top, just was the style of the time. But we also had a second office or like guest room that had like a full bath, but we used it as like the piano / my mom's office. I know this sounds so shitty, but that's just how it was set up. So my mom set me in there because they were having somebody come over or something, but I remember I had to stay in that room because they're having something important coming over about the house. I think we were trying to sell the house. It doesn't matter. I was in that room and my mom was like, hey, what do you want to do? Let's play a movie on the computer. And this is before streaming services. So how do you watch a movie online? You can't just look it up, play it illegally. Well, I mean, you probably could, but like, I didn't know that. My mom definitely didn't know that. So what does she do? You push the button on your big PC tower and you open up the disc tray. The whole... And once she pop in there, I think it was like Finding Nemo or something. The point of that is, holy shit, you can watch movies on the computer. This was amazing. So I sat there and you can control the DVD menu with the arrow keys or whatever. I didn't know you could do this. I was like, I should watch other movies on here. Because at the time, I remember vividly, DVD menus were either the funnest and coolest thing to interact with or boring as shit. The Lion King 1.5. You remember that movie? That had a sick ass DVD menu. It had the ride, it had the commentary, it had the deleted scenes, it had the bloopers, it had everything. The Incredibles, The Grinch, the Jim Carrey one. These all had insane, amazing interactive DVD menus. Some had games, some had like special hidden secrets. They had Easter eggs. It was insane. When you bought this movie, it was like a whole like activity. They were very much a product and not just a way to view the movie. It was, here's an experience. Here's everything about this movie plus more. It was like somewhat of an incentive, especially if you're in the car and you want to interact with something or just do something different than watch Shrek 2 for the 500th millionth time. After the revelation of knowing that I could watch movies on the family computer, I decided to take it upon myself and go, what other wonderful worlds await me? Why not The Emperor's New Groove? That's one of my current favorite movies of the time. I love this movie. I'm gonna play it. So, as any child does, mimicking their parents, taking the Emperor's New Groove DVD, sticking it in the PC, and something different happened. When it boots up, I'm greeted with a different menu than what I'm used to. Being in the DVD era of our society, whenever you watch a DVD enough times, you're pretty confident in basically being able to spot the DVD menu by heart. It is ingrained in you. So when this DVD menu popped up, it was very, very different, very non-interactive. It was very bland, just a couple options. Watch the movie or hit the extras button. There were a lot of secrets sitting on that DVD. A lot. I could not get this to work to emulate it. I use a Mac. Yes, go ahead, laugh at me. It's fine. I understand. And even with all the OS emulation, adding DVD, CD drives to my computer, it still would not boot up. So what exactly was hidden in this secret PC DVD thing? Well, one thing. One very special extra thing. A full-on 3D collectathon of the Emperor's New Groove video game. And this is, again, a movie tie-in game that came out all the time with movies back in the day. And this was one of them. But But what is it doing on this DVD? Well, let me tell you, it was a demo of 3 levels. I don't know which levels they were because I didn't know the PS1 game existed when I found this. I thought I had found a special secret video game of the Emperor's New Groove that only I discovered. No one else is this smart. No one else is this clever. No one else knows this like I do. I found a secret Emperor's New Groove game hidden in the DVD. Holy fuck. I would play this every day in total secrecy. My parents didn't know. I didn't even tell my friends. I didn't tell no one about this. I thought it was the biggest secret. Basically, I believe this was just a demo for the PS1 game. I believe it just advertises like, hey, here's the demo of the game, play it if you want, and then go purchase the full one. But what is a demo of a video game doing hidden in a DVD that you can only access if you put it into the computer and play it? Well, let me tell you, this is the tiny bit of research that I did. So apparently these are called like PC DVD games. And I believe there's like, I found a wiki page, but there are only like 5 DVDs that have like this special PC feature. There weren't very many. And the fact that I discovered this by chance is kind of crazy because I know a lot of people weren't really doing this back then. It's like, what the hell? I mean, I probably played this a lot. I remember playing it a lot. This demo contained 3 levels. I believe the first level, which is you are in Pacha's like village that Cusco is gonna destroy. As a llama, like after you turn into a llama, you have to collect like little crowns. Basically think of it like Spyro. Not Mario 64, but more like a Spyro Banjo-Kazooie kind of game. The second level is in like the jungle, like after Cusco like ditches Pacha and he's like, oh, I can do this on my own. And he's like in the dark jungle. And that's like the second level. It's a little more challenging. There's enemies. It's basically just a little bit harder level. The third level, oh my god, I love the third level. It was the roller coaster that you take to Yzma's lab. So I believe it's closer towards the end of the game. It's you and Pacha in the little cart thing. Think of it like Temple Run or just like what's the word? An auto runner game, like an auto runner mobile game. And the way it worked is like you would go down this track. Like how modern auto runners are for your phone, this was not that. You had like free control, but you had to stay on the track. You could like adjust to like collect items or avoid obstacles. You could jump. There would be times when you had to get to like a corner and you have to line up on the corner perfectly in order to turn, otherwise you'd fly off the track. I repeatedly played these 3 levels over and over and over again because I wanted to get to the last one. Since it was a demo, I couldn't just pick the level I wanted. Once you played a level and you complete it, it automatically put you in the next one. You didn't get like a map screen or a cutscene, it just plopped you in the next one. You played it, you beat it, you went to the third one, and then that ended and it probably showed an ad for the game. That's all I remember. So I would play those first 2 levels, get to the end as fast as I could, and then 100% the third one, because that's the only reason I liked it was that last level. This was a core memory of my childhood, 100%. The fact that I thought this was an experience just for me. It wasn't until like, I guess a couple months later, or maybe a year or so later, I'm over at my buddy's house who lived in the neighborhood, and he was that friend that always had like the cool shit. Like he had his own like computer in his room, and it was one of those like bubbly like Mac iMacs, or they weren't called iMacs, but they were like the big colorful like bubble Mac. He had that in his room, and I was like, this guy's got it. He can have whatever he wants. I didn't like hanging out with them because they were really weird and really mean sometimes, but you keep that kid around because they have the cool shit. It's that friend. It's Billy who lives next door, whose dad works at Nintendo. That's basically the friend I had next door. I'm over at his house, and he's like, what game do you want to play? And of course, he's got every game under the sun. I'm looking through like his PS1 games, and I pull out The Emperor's New Groove. And I'm like, oh, cool. I didn't know there was a game about this movie. I look on the back of the box and see screenshots of my demo, of my secret game. How the hell is this happening? How does he know about this? How did he get this? Lo and behold, It was a mass media product. And being Billy from down the street, who had everything, whose uncles worked at Nintendo, of course he had this game. It was such a popular movie at the time, of course they bought him this game. First level pops up, and I say, can I please play this? And I cleared it. And he was so impressed. Level 2 happens. No clue, still in the village. And it wasn't the fact that I like cleared the levels or tried to show off. It was the fact that I couldn't comprehend how the hell this game was real, how he had it, and how he was able to play more of it. And I could only play my 3 small demos hidden away on a DVD that you have to put in the PC to access. So that was the experience that happened just for me. Now I'm asking you, did you play any one of these special DVDs in your PC? I honestly want to know. Are there others out there? Please leave a comment and let me know, because I desperately want to know if more people know about this. So maybe give it a shot. See if you got any old DVDs. Throw it in your PC. See what pops up. If not The Emperor's New Groove, what then? What secret thing did you find? Honestly, I liked this one a lot better than my previous ones. Previous attempts at scripting, not scripting, rambling. Thanks for sticking with me. And it'll give me just enough time to do an ad read. I'm just kidding. This is my first video on this channel. I don't have an ad. I don't have a sponsor. Thank y'all. Glad to finally get this off my chest. This has been the Content Kitchen. Well, there's food in the pantry, the fridge. Help yourself. Make yourself at home. Dinner's at 6. You don't have to come, but it's there if you want it. We are having spaghetti, but made with bow tie pasta. It's over there. All right. I'll check in on you later. Kids have fun. My microphone right there. Bye.